You got to listen to Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets. The Jets have a problem. They haven't won a game. That's true. They have a quarterback problem. We know that. Rodgers goes. Aaron Glenn gets hired. Rodgers gone. Fields in. Fields a disaster. Aaron Glenn defends him. Aaron Glenn benches him. There's a whole lot going on. Owners are not supposed to talk to the media because if you don't prep them right and they can't follow through on what they're supposed to say, you create an impossible position for your executives and your coaches. Listen to what Woody Johnson said when asked about Aaron Glenn.
Well, it looks like he's turning around parts of it. You know, it's hard when you have a quarterback with, with a rating that we got. You know, I mean, he has the ability, but something just is not jiving. But if you look at any head coach with a quarterback like that, you're going to see similar results if you go across the league. You have to play consistently with, at that position, and that's what we're going to try to do for the remainder of the season.
Woody. Love you, man. But Justin Fields will never take another snap for the New York Jets. Woody Johnson just threw Justin Fields under the bus in a way that it's comical. It's the way where you get run over in the movies and then the person panics and backs up and you hear the lump again. And then the person looks around and says, wait a minute, I have to go the other way, and runs him over again. And then you look around and say, hold on, I forgot my chainsaw. So you reverse and run him over again. It's a quadruple run over by Woody Johnson. Trying to tell you Aaron Glenn can't be judged as the coach of an 0-7 team. Aaron Glenn is great, but you can't win with a quarterback of that rating, referring to Justin Fields, who had a horrific rating. I don't mean like a Tua rating. It's not like he had a 24%, though Stephen Ross could have talked just as much about Tua the way Woody did talk about Justin. But are you telling me that Woody Johnson gives that interview, and that was like a scrum? It looked like it's some event. It was not a team-related scrum that I was told about or that I know about. It was, where was it? Oh, is it owners' meetings? So he's spoken to, and he gives his talk. You know how many owners at owners' meetings, Coca, just walk past the media and don't stop? The only time I ever stopped is when I wanted to get a message out about the Expos, about the Marlins, about a stadium, about relocation, about player trades. But in general, the majority of owners and presidents walk past the waiting media at a owners meeting. Woody Johnson should have walked past. That scrum was an abomination. I understand the frustration that he may have, though he didn't even look or sound exasperated. He just sounded foolish to me. The reason why those comments matter is that we can talk about Jerry Jones if you want. You can talk about Bob Nutting if you want. You can talk about me. Talk about whatever president or owner you want. There are a few things that facts get in the way of. The New York Jets, since 2010, and I choose that on purpose. 2010 is when Mark Sanchez, Mr. I've been arrested. They were good. They never made it over the hump. AFC Championship a couple years in a row. You never know. Jets fans tease. Just a little tease, a little tickle, a little, hey, just this once. Since then, do you have any idea how bad they've been year after year after year? They have not made the playoffs since 2010. That's the longest streak in the NFL. They are 82-153 since 2011. They are sustained bad. It's not like your view of what the Marlins were, because I remind you, we had many years, whether it was post-World Series or under Freddie Gonzalez or under Joe Girardi, even with our team with Stanton, Yelich, and Ozuna, where we were competitive, we were in it to the end, and just couldn't quite get over the hump, even of 81 wins. Couldn't get over the hump into the playoffs. Acknowledged. Admitted. From 2004 to 2017, I will take it. Straight failure. I'll own it. What the Jets have done is way worse because the Jets don't have a Super Bowl victory to lean on the way I did. What the Jets have done is way worse because one winning season in the NFL, where the rumor is, hey man, there's a salary cap, there's got to be parity. I sort of laugh at that because MLB has more parity than the other leagues, but there is some sort of view that it has less parity, which is absolute horse hockey, but it gets promulgated in expositions throughout the postseason when people need confirmation bias for their small revenue, large revenue arguments. The Jets have had one winning season. But then Johnson continued to say something where he's just lying to our face. The decision is completely up to Coach Aaron Glenn about who's going to be the quarterback. Woody, what do you read it in the New York Post? Is that what you wait for? You want to wait? Maybe you get the call. Does Aaron call you and say, hello, I've made my decision. We'll be starting Taylor. That's not how it works in the real world. Why do owners feel they've got to try to convince fans, hey, I'm being a good owner. I'm letting the football people do what they want. Great. There's a way to do it, Woody, and you've been around long enough. For crying out loud, you're an ambassador. You should learn the art of saying nothing while trying to say nothing. Of course, it is unacceptable to start to our season. We are meeting every day where I am listening to the football people try to give me solutions as to what we can do to be better. We are going to meet and make a decision because we have a quarterback issue. I acknowledge it. We want to be better. Does it mean that Fields will not be playing this week? We don't have a decision yet. We'll be back to you as soon as we do. You want to say that? Say it. But don't say that, oh, I have no idea. I'll let you know when Aaron calls me. His effusive praise for Aaron Glenn made me smile. It's like Stephen Ross. It's like Stephen Ross telling you how good Mike McDaniel is. Well, you can say it all you want, but it's a results-based game, and the results stink if you're the Dolphins or the Jets. There's no doubt about it. But he said, I believe in Aaron. I've known Aaron since 1996 when I was a fan. I've always been a fan of him. Do you want to know the best way to stop being a fan of somebody? Hire them as your manager. You want to know the way to stop being friends with someone? Hire them as your manager. It is a clear example of Woody Johnson saying, I'm every man. I'm every man. Aaron Glenn's going to get fired. We all know it. We all know it. But I'm very glad that Woody believes in him. I'm only slightly more glad that Aaron Glenn took the podium and talked about his QB situation and said something that made me smile. Boy, did it ever. Aaron Glenn, remember he benched Justin Fields? I know you remember that. And they brought in Taylor when it was too late, the game, whatever. You remember that. Aaron Glenn actually told us that he is consulting other coaches who have been in this similar position before deciding how to proceed at quarterback. I had a tear in my eye. Listen, how does that conversation go? Hey, Jordan, can I speak to Bill? Hey, Bill, how you doing, man? So when you're choosing between Bledsoe and Brady, what was going through your mind at the time? Well, there was an injury. Oh, thanks. I'll be back to you. Hey, Mike, when you were thinking about what you were going to do with Love and Rodgers and that other guy Favre, were you there with Favre? I can't remember. What were you thinking? What precipitated the quarterback change? Hold on. Excuse me. I'm calling my assistant now. Can I get the names of every Jacksonville Jaguars coach, please, and every Dolphins coach, please? Get them on the phone. They've all gone through 1.5 million quarterbacks. Quick query for them, please. Just put them on my call list. I'm going to call every last one of them. Hi, why did you change quarterbacks? Well, my current quarterback sucked, and we had no thought of investing in him. And so therefore, we just moved along, and we couldn't win a game. Oh, that's good input. Thank you. Aaron Glenn speaking to other coaches. Would you give me a small break, please?